Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Gamer here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over one of the most overpowered armor pieces, I guess. It's not a full set, but armor pieces that can go with most sets that is incredibly good for a variety of different reasons, for dungeons, for a whole lot of sorts of events. So, if you like this type of content, leave a like down below, subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the video. There is lots and lots of different armor sets, as well as lots and lots of weapons, dungeons, from fishing, from whatever it is. And people are always wondering what the best armor set for whatever occasion is, whether it's for dungeons, mage, spooky, whatever. And there's one helmet that is exceptionally good at 3 or more of these standards. Now you're probably wondering what this item is. This item is the Vampire Witch Mask. Also the Witch Mask, but the Vampire Witch Mask has more health and more abilities, so I'm going to be using this as my test. And it is very, very good for a multitude of reasons. First reason being is it's basically like a spirit scepter floating around your head at all times. What I mean by that is, its ability is summon 2 bats that will follow you and attack nearby enemies, dealing 4,300 damage upon exploding. And that has the exact same stats as the Spirit Scepter, if I can spell. Yes, I can. It does a little bit less, but it's about the same as the Spirit Scepter, maybe 1,000 damage less. But it's about the same as the Spirit Scepter, and it costs no mana whatsoever. So it is a very good set to have. Now what it does is, if I go up to any mob, it will launch itself like a Spirit Scepter, except a little bit slower, at the mob. As you see, that's my vampire ability, like that, and dealing 7,000 damage to each mob, and then it'll respawn within about like 3 seconds, I think. Then it's another one, and so on and so forth. So this thing is incredibly good for mages, as the armor set that most mages use is the Shadow Goggles, right? Yeah. And it, when 5-starred, if I can find one, it gives, not a potato booked, it gives you 300 with necrotic, so 200 base intelligence, 15 defense, and 75 health. So in dungeons, this gives you 1,000 mana. And this is not quite as good, and if you have a set of necrotic, which I would recommend, but I have a set of candies for another reason that I'll go into in just a sec, you get 120 from it. So you get 120 instead of, in dungeons, 900. So you're losing out on a bunch of intelligence. Yes. However, at the same time, it's so much more tanky. You have 213 HP, 240 defense, and the Shadow Goggles, you have 75 health and 15 defense. So it's over basically triple times tankier, and it's just a really good thing to have in dungeons, as it's literally like a free Spirit Scepter attached to your head. So for dungeons, it is very, very good to have. It's tankier. It's a nice mix between a tanky helmet and a Shadow Goggles, so very good for that. It's also good for clearing rooms. But it has lots of other purposes as well. So now I'm going to go get into those. Second reason why this armor set, or this helmet, is incredible is for Spooky Festival. Because they updated it, so at nighttime, there was a bunch of spooky mobs that will spawn with anywhere from 10 to, I believe, 17 HP. And they have health system that works kind of like the magma things at the Spooky or Jerry event. In the sense that if you hit them with a normal weapon, it only counts as 1 damage. So you need to hit them 10 times, no matter if you have a 50 mil max Midas or a whatever. You need to hit them 10 times. There's some things that can boost that, such as the Bat Pet, Ghoul Blaster, Blast Lanterns, whatever. However, this helmet also works. Now, it doesn't do 4,000 damage to each enemy, since that would instantly kill them. but it would deal 1 damage to all the enemies. So when you're fighting like 10 of them, getting them in a group and killing them, you have this helmet going around you and dealing huge AoE to all the mobs every 3 seconds, doing 1 damage to like 11 mobs if you do it correctly. So it's a lot easier and faster way to clear the nighttime mobs. In addition to that, the nighttime mobs have a 100% chance to drop candy, so well, there's no real point in not using it. I think you might have a higher chance to get better candy, but that's why you put, well, candied on it. And now there's one last reason why this helmet is very insane, and this one is a glitch and it's really cool. The final, and this is a bugged use for the Candy Vampire Witch Bat, is actually Jerry event. Like, surprising enough, this helmet is the best helmet for Jerry event. Now you're probably asking how. I mean, we know it does AoE, but it only does 1 damage to the spooky mobs. But they didn't change that or update that for the Jerry mobs. Meaning, this helmet does 4.3 thousand damage to all the magma mobs. Sadly, I don't have footage of this, as I found it out at the very end of last Jerry event, with the last 5 minutes, and there was like 1 boss left. And the next Jerry event's like in 3 days, and I want to make this video. But this mask in Jerry event, if the bat has to catch up and hit something, will instantly kill anything. So literally, it does not matter if you're in a lobby with someone good, or even in a lobby with someone who, even in a private lobby, you will win if you have this helmet on. It literally instantly kills everything. So when the mob is like jumping from the top of the mountain down to the bottom, if you stand right where it's about to jump, the bats will be able to catch up to it and hit it, as magma's a little bit glitchy with the bats and it needs to find the center, and it will do 4,000 damage to it. So, I mean, the max health any of the bosses have is 1,000. This does 4 times that every single time, and it respawns every 3 seconds. So if you're ever in a lobby that's bad, don't worry. Just put this on. Snow cannon? Nah. Vampire mask. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of the tutorial, whatever. That's gonna be the end of showing off how combining a vampire and a witch into a face mask can be very useful. So, just remember, kids, at home, if you're bored at home with COVID or whatever, just get yourself a witch, get yourself a vampire, and stick them together, and then you'll have bats flying around your head. Easy. If you enjoy this type of content or want to see more, please leave a like down below, subscribe, and without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.